Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the summary of Regiment of Health, an essay by Francis Bacon. In this essay, Bacon tells us how we should maintain our health, and also he tells the tips which doctors and patients should follow. He advises the rule which is beyond the rule of medicine. He says medicine is important, but more than that, the way your body is functioning, that is your constitution, your body, you should know. You must know what is good for you, you must know what suits you, you must know what does not suit you, and naturally, if something is not suiting you, you should avoid it. And if you feel something is safe with it, then okay, you can take it. And if you feel that nothing will happen, then I have no offense in taking it, means then I will use it. And generally, what is good for everyone may not be good for us. And how to find out what is good and what is harmful to us, that we can find out only through observation. And we should remember what will suit us today will not suit us after a few years. Because when you are young, you are strong. So you can take anything in excess, even something which doesn't suit you will not affect you to that extent. But as you age, this will differ. If you are going to do something or if you are going to eat something which doesn't suit you, then you may suffer. And normally, many of us resort to dieting, saying that we are going to keep fit. And Bacon says that is really good. But when we are dieting also, we should not go for sudden changes. Because when we are making some sudden changes in the dieting, we should also change the other things which are needed to be changed along with it. Because it is a secret both in nature and in the state. That is, when you're changing one, you have to change other things also to suit it. And the imbalance caused by one change can be corrected by another change. And then we should see that this change should be brought about only gradually. Even though we say sudden change, the sudden change should not happen abruptly. This also should do gradually. And suppose this change you observe that it is harmful, then you should come back to your own old habit or old food habits. And at the same time, we should observe our regular habits like what we are doing in diet, in sleep, in exercise, in apparels, that is clothing and all the like. And if anything is hurting us, it is causing some harm, we should discontinue it little by little. Now you are changing something, but the change also you are finding it uncomfortable, means then we should come back to our old practice. And it is important to always be happy and maintain a healthy attitude. Because when you are very happy with good hours of sleep and exercise, then you will always remain healthy. And we have to keep away from unhealthy feelings like jealousy, anxious, that is being tension, fear and anger. And we should always share our griefs and joys with others, because a variety of good things will make you happy, and when you share your sorrow will reduce. And we should be optimistic in life, and we should appreciate whatever is good and whatever is beautiful. And we should also avoid excess of any type of feeling, whether it is joy or sorrow. We should not go into excess. And this does not mean that if you are going to follow a very good diet and do exercise and be happy, you can avoid medicines totally. Because if we avoid medicines totally, then if a time comes where we have to take in medicines, then that medicine may have an unpredictable effect. And at the same time, if you keep on taking medicines for small things also, if you are going to take medicines, that medicine will become too familiar with our body, and our body may get immunized to it, and the medicine will not be useful to us when we take it at the need of hour. And this medicine will definitely not give you the desired effort which we need when we are sick. So instead of taking frequently medicines to cure minor ailments, Bacon says we can go in for dieting. That is, we can try to cure it through diet. And he does not want medicine taking to become a habit. Diet will alter the body more with less trouble. And Bacon recommends regular exercise to keep oneself fit. because exercise improves the power of endurance, and this power of endurance will be of great help in the time of sickness. If you fall sick, this strength will help you. And in times of sickness, you must focus on health. In health, we must be active. And one can also keep one's body fit by doing avoiding extremes like fasting and full eating and sitting and exercise and all that. And Bacon also advises doctors to be pleasing to the patients. There are a few doctors who are very good to the patients, but they will not be very strict with the patients to the extent that the patients will avoid taking the medicines or following what the doctor is saying, because the doctor is very good with them and will not hurt them in any way. And at the same time, there are a few doctors who are very strict about medicines and all these conditions, but they will not be very pleasing to the patient. So he says a doctor must maintain a middle path. He should be pleasing, at the same time he must be strict to the patient and see to it that they take the medicines and do whatever prescriptions he is saying. Like if he says you have to take rest, you have to do certain things, he has to see to it that the patient is doing it. And he has to convince the patients to take proper medicines. Only then they will get the proper remedy. And at the same time, the patients also should go to doctors who know their body rather than going to doctors who are very famous. Because only a doctor who knows your body will know what treatment to give for you. Now let's read the essay. There is a wisdom in this, beyond the rules of physics, a man's own observation. What he finds good of and what he finds hurt of is the best physic to preserve health. He says that generally, beyond medicine, don't think about medicine, you should observe your body. You should know what is good for your body and what is harmful for your body, and this is the best medicine to maintain your health. But it is a safer conclusion to say, this agreeth not well with me, therefore I will not continue it, than this, I find no offense of this, therefore I may use it. It is always very safe, he says. That is, if something is not agreeing with you, avoid it. Don't use it. And if it is not going to harm you and you know about it, then you can use it. For strength of nature in youth passeth over many excesses which are owing a man till his age. Because when you are young, anything will agree with your body. But as you age, you cannot do anything. You have to be very careful about what does not suit you. Discern of the coming on of years and think not to do the same thing still, for age will not be defied. So as you age, don't think that at one time I was doing it so I can do it now, because age will not agree with all that. Beware of sudden change in any great point of diet, and if necessity enforce it, fit the rest to it. That is, see what sudden change you are going to do, maybe even in the point of diet. And if necessary, if you are going to go in for a change, see what are the remaining things you have to change along with it. For it is a secret both in nature and state that it is a safer to change many things than one. Because according to known knowledge, when you are changing something, don't change just one. Change all that which has to be changed along with this. Examine thy customs of diet, sleep, exercise, apparel and the like, and try in anything thou shalt judge hurtful to discontinue it by little and little, but so as if thou dost find any inconvenience by the change, thou come back to it again. For it is hard to distinguish that which is generally held good and wholesome from that which is good particularly and fit for thine own body. Now you have to observe all what you are doing, what you are eating, how you are sleeping, exercise, the dress which you are wearing and all that. And if you find that something is hurting you, stop using it. That also stop using it little by little. And if you are going to change and if you find that this change is inconvenient to you, then come back to your old practice again. Because it is very difficult to find out what is hurting you. And what is good for everyone may not be good for you. So you should choose certain things which is fitting your own body. To be free-minded and cheerful, disposed at hours of meat and of sleep and of exercise is one of the best precepts of long lasting. Because if you have a good diet, if you have a good sleep and if you are going to do exercise regularly, that will make you to live for a long time. As for the passions and studies of the mind, avoid envy, anxious, fears, anger fretting inwards, subtle and naughty inquisitions, joys and exhilarations in excess, sadness non communicated. Now, when you take about the good for the mind, avoid anger, avoid anxious feelings, avoid fears, avoid anger, and avoid unnecessary things, and don't have anything in excess, whether it is joy or sadness, it should not be in excess. And sadness must be communicated. Don't keep your sadness within you. Communicate to others, talk about it to others. Entertain hopes, mirth rather than joy, variety of delights rather than surfeit of them, wonder and admiration, and therefore novelties. Studies that fill the mind with splendid and illustrious objects as histories, fables, and contemplations of nature. Always be hopeful, always be positive, enjoy everything, and enjoy different varieties of delights. And also choose different things to do, like read different things like histories, fables, and about nature. Be along with nature. If you fly physic and health altogether, it will be too strange for your body when you shall need it. If you are going to avoid medicines altogether, when your body comes to a state where you need medicines, that medicine may be strange to your body. If you make it too familiar, it will work no extraordinary effect when sickness comes. At the same time, if you're going to keep on taking medicines for small things also, then when you fall sick, that medicine is not going to have any extraordinary effect. I commend rather some diet for certain seasons than frequent use of physic, except it be grown into a custom. He says, I recommend to always avoid much medicines and concentrate more on diet, because taking medicines should not become your custom, should not become your habit. For those diets alter the body more and trouble it less, because diet will always help your body more and cause less trouble. Despise no new accident in your body, but ask opinion of it. That is, always study your body, know what is happening in your body. In sickness, respect health principally, and in health, action. When you are sick, give more respect to your health. And when you are healthy, you can be active. For those that put their bodies to endure in health may in most sicknesses, which are not very sharp, be cured only with diet and tendering. See, when people take very good care of their health, and suppose if they fall sick also, at that time, if they take proper care of their body and take good diet, that itself will cure them. Celsius could never have spoken it as a physician, had he not been a wise man withal, when he giveth it for one of the great precepts of health and lasting, that a man do vary and interchange contraries, but with an inclination to the more benign extreme. Use fasting and full eating, but rather full eating, watching and sleep, but rather sleep, sitting and exercise, but rather exercise, and the like. A good person who knows about his health will know what to do, when to fast and when to eat full, and when to watch and sleep, because they'll choose which is convenient for them, maybe rather sleeping, and whether to sit or exercise means rather exercise, like that they will know what to choose. So shall nature be cherished and yet taught mastery. So nature must be enjoyed, and you should know how to master your health. Physicians are, some of them, so pleasing and conformable to the humour of the patients, as they press not the true cure of the disease, and some other are so regular in proceeding according to art for the disease, as they respect not sufficiently the condition of the patient. In doctors, some are very pleasing and very comfortable, and they want to keep their patients very happy, so they do not pressurize them about the disease. And some are they who are very particular about how they have to do their treatment, but they do not be very pleasing with the patients. That is, they will not be very comfortable with the patients, so the patients also will not be comfortable with the doctors. Take one of the middle temper, or if it may not be found in one man, combine two of either sort, and forget not to call as well the best acquainted with your body as the best reputed of for his faculty. So the doctors must take a middle path, that is, they should be pleasing also to the patients. At the same time, they should see to it that the patient does whatever the doctor says to cure their health. And even the patients must go to a doctor who knows about their body, rather than going to a doctor who is very famous. And here he ends the essay. If you have anything more to add on to what I've said, please write it in the comment box. Hype the video so that many can see the video. Like the video, share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and support. Thank you.